Hey guys, it's Tuesday and you're watching The Revolution. Hoorah! This week we're talking about the things that we have avoided because of how we look, or specifically relating to our size. The things that come to mind for me are mostly relating to organized sports. As far back as I can remember, I've never been a big fan of organized sports. I've always been kind of hyper aware of being a little bit bigger than all the other girls, mostly because someone probably made a comment or something, you know. I don't know if it's because of my just never having a huge interest in sports or because of feeling insecure. I don't know. Want to know how to look like a who? So I've never had a major interest. And when I was in junior high, we had to do the mile. Dogs. We used to have to do the mile. And I never liked it because I was never an athletic person, but also because I developed really early. I got my boobs developed when I was 10 and in 5th grade, and I also got my period when I was in 5th grade. Crazy young. I would always hold my chest along with some of my other friends who had developed, and we would run the mile together, but it was miserable. And you know how some people running seems very fluid? Like they're just meant. Is that like skiing? That's how I think that you're supposed to look when you're running, but for me, it's like. So I'm not a runner. Point is that I think that I mostly avoided sports because I never felt it in my bones. And I would get injured so easily. I mean, I was at my friend's softball game and I was the one who got injured. A ball hit me in the freaking head. The only other thing that I can think of is that I have always kind of been aware of how big my arms are because sometime between 6th and 8th grade, I was at my aunt's house and my aunt, my mother, and my baba, which is my father's mother, were measuring themselves. They were taking their measurements. And they're like, oh, Danielle, let's take your measurements too. And so they measured my arms and they were just a little bit smaller than my baba's. And it mortified me. I was like, how the hell do I have arms the size of this older woman? You know, it didn't make sense to me. Hence, don't wear tank tops and show off your ginormous arms. Today, I wear tank tops, but I'm much older now, so I'm more confident in myself and also care much less about what other people think. Forgive me for my lighting this week. I decided to film much later. So I'll just get closer so you can see my face. No, it doesn't matter. Back with the physical activity. I also never learned how to do a cartwheel. And I don't know if it's because my parents didn't teach me or because I just didn't have, you know, I didn't want to. Being upside down felt very not okay. So doing a cartwheel was just a no. It just felt very unnatural to me. Even today, you know, my brother has this inversion bench to elongate your spine, and even when I'm not completely upside down, but mostly parallel to the ground and maybe a little bit where my head is lower, it feels like I'm totally upside down. But I do try through yoga to do inverted poses, you know, just not agile, I guess. Recap, I never really participated in organized sports, yet I was in marching band, and that was kind of sport-like. Just saying. Wasn't a fan of the tank tops for a long period of time. Still a bit self-conscious of my arms because can you see? I don't know if you could see, but my I have big arms. It's just they're just, I just have bigger arms. I don't know. This isn't very good lighting because I'm filming so late, but A little bit insecure about my arms. And no cartwheels, being upside down, those are the things. The only other thing that I'm going to add is that I have been, like, I think about what's going to happen after. So, for example, that doesn't make sense to what I just said. But we used to go gar coding. We used to go what the hell? We used to go cargoing? Oh my god. We used to go go-karting. We used to go go-karting, and I mean, it's really, really fun. Getting in and everything is fine. I was always aware and kind of nervous about people seeing me get out of the car because I didn't know if I would look like I'm struggling, you know, if I was. Everything always turned out fine, but it was a thought that went through my head, which all stems from things happening when you're younger. You know, people bringing to light parts of your physicalness and how you move, and then you become hyper aware and it controls you. That's it for me this week. I'm going to end before I have no light, and I'm hoping that some of you will leave comments below letting us know things that you have avoided because of how you look. And I'm also thinking that I'll think of more as the week goes on and I hear what the other girls have to say about things that they have avoided or currently do avoid. Until next Tuesday, I bid adieu.